Hi everyone, it's Casey Williams. Well, back when BMW was inventing the tagline, the ultimate driving machine, they were talking about small, high-performance coupes, cars like the original 2002 and 3 Series. Well, over the years, they've apparently tried to be more like Mercedes and Cadillac and Mercedes tried to be more like BMW. They've kind of gotten away from that. You know, cars like the 7 Series and the X5 really aren't the cars they were talking about. The cars they're referring to are cars like the car we have today. It's the 2019 M2 Competition. Let's go have a look at it. Well, since BMW introduced it, the 2 Series has really been my favorite BMW. I think it's the truest to the original thoughts around BMW. And the M2 especially, the new one, I really like it a lot. And I like the styling of it. It starts with the front, you've got the more aggressive front fascia, the black twin kidney grille, LED headlamps. You absolutely know it's a BMW. You come around the side, and you see a lot of that 2002 and kind of the original 3 Series in the side profile. It's not a big car, and it's not a big greenhouse on the vehicle as well. 19-inch alloy wheels. I like the blacked out trim on the side. The kind of swept up mirrors for aerodynamics look really good. And the rear roof line, again, it's just a little more formal than the new 3 Series, 4 Series, and really does take you back to those original small cars. The Hofmeister kink right here in the window line, again, true to BMW tradition. Come around the back, just a thin little lip spoiler, I think looks just perfect. More blacked out trim, quad exhaust outlets, little rear diffuser. In the trunk, for a car this size, is actually pretty roomy. You know, there isn't much of a back seat in this car, really just for kids, so you're not likely to have more than 2 people in here anyway. Back seats also do fold down, so you get bigger objects in it. But all around, I think the exterior styling is spot on. I think the interior of the M2 takes you back to those original 3 Series and 2002 models as well. You know, everything you need, you know, for a modern car is in here, but it's just really understated and just kind of nicely integrated with the car. But some of the things I really like to start out, you know, these seats with the wraparound bolsters and the orange stitching that complements the sunset metallic exterior paint. I think it'll look very nice, very comfortable on a longer drive. The carbon fiber here on the console and dash and doors as well, suede and the orange stitching on the doors. It all just looks very nice, very upscale. Like the steering wheel, it's nice, thick, leather wrapped steering wheel, 3 spokes, and it's got the colored striping, you know, for the M Series. Again, looks very nice. Simple analog gauges. Don't need a flat screen. These work just fine, but look very nice. Nice depth and coloring to them. Work out well. A heads-up display would be nice, but it's not necessary, and this car does not have one. Other controls I really like. You know, automatic climate control is easy to find. The heated seat buttons right here. It's got a heated steering wheel. A Harman Kardon audio system sounds fantastic. You know, it's not a very big car, so you can fill it up with sound pretty easily. It does have BMW's iDrive system, which, you know, depending on my mood, I like or dislike. Mostly this week, it's worked well and not been too confusing. But it all works okay. It's got navigation, and this controls it pretty well. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And here in the console, I like this a lot too. The car does have Wi-Fi, it's got Bluetooth, and it's got a phone charger right here. And unlike most of these where there's some pad in the console and your phone just kind of slides around on it, this one actually has a little spring-loaded piece that holds your phone in place. So if you're driving hard, the phone stays right here. There is a USB port if you want to plug it in rather than using the wireless charger or having an older phone. So I think all that works very well as well. And a couple of safety things on this car. It does have lane departure warning, has forward collision alert systems. So a couple of things there to keep you safe as well. Well, it's a time-honored tradition of taking a small car and putting a big engine in it for big-time performance. And that's exactly what BMW did. So they have a twin-turbo, inline 6-cylinder engine, delivers 405 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. In a car this size, that's plenty. You know, it does 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds, top speed's 174 miles per hour. It just all works together so well. You know, I've seen some reviews where people are complaining about, you know, the steering not being as precise and all these things. It's like, unless you're a professional race car driver, I don't think you're going to notice it. The car tracks well, it handles well. You can actually adjust the steering. There's a button down here, you can put it into sport mode, makes it a lot stiffer and heavier. Comfort mode lightens it up a little bit for daily driving or highway driving. In the sport mode, it's kind of between the two of them. So I think it's nice you can adjust that. You can also adjust the throttle, so it'll make it more sensitive. If you put it in sport mode, sport plus mode, less sensitive and efficient mode. So I think it's, you know, it's a couple nice ways to configure the car. Fuel economy for a car like this, as you might expect, is not all that impressive. 17 miles per gallon in the city, 23 highway, but this is why you buy the car. And for doing that, the car will absolutely move out in a hurry and take off. So an absolute joy to drive. But the thing I really like a lot is, some of the BMW suspensions are a little harsh. Mercedes too does this, where you hit bumps and it just jolts you. The suspension is actually fairly compliant, for a car like this. Easy to drive on city streets every day. It's comfortable on the highway. But when you have those track days, you want to go enjoy it, you can do that too. I think it's great to see BMW actually building ultimate driving machines like the M2. It's a car you can use every day, it's comfortable enough for your daily commute, the suspension handles that just fine. But when you get the weekend and you want to go slay an interstate or go find some curvy back roads, the car is ready for that too. That 405 horsepower twin turbo 6-cylinder engine just will absolutely move a car this size right out of its own way and out of just about everybody else's way. So all in, I think it's a very nice car. Well, let's talk about pricing. Well, the M2 starts right at $59,000. This one, all in, $67,045. And for that, it's right there competitive with a Porsche Cayman, the Ford Mustang GT350, and cars like that. Well, next week we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.